You're listening to the Kilcullen Diary Podcast, stories in sound from a village grown bigger. Hello, I'm Brian Byrne, and this is an episode in the Kilcullen Diary's Person of Interest podcast series. Much of the electricity used in our homes, even in today's age of renewable energy, is produced with the help of an invention from 1884 by a County Offaly-educated engineer, Charles Parsons. The youngest son of the Burr astronomer William Parsons, the third Earl of Ross, Charles and his three older brothers were tutored at home by the Earl's scientific assistants, who included the later Astronomer Royal for Ireland, Sir Robert Boyle. It was probably therefore inevitable that Charles would develop a bent for what are today called STEM subjects: science, technology, engineering and mathematics. He studied that last in Trinity College Dublin and later in Cambridge University in England. After gaining a first-class honours degree, he became an apprentice with the engineering firm W.G. Armstrong in Newcastle, England. Having later moved around a number of companies, including one where he worked on a prototype of a rocket-powered torpedo, he developed a steam turbine while working with ship engine manufacturers Clark Chapman. By connecting his turbine to a generator, he developed a system to produce cheap electricity. In 1889, he founded his own business, C.A. Parsons and Company, to make turbo generators, and a year later established the first power station in the world to use his system to generate electricity, Forth Banks Power Station in Newcastle. 9 years later, he had exported his first megawatt power station system to Germany. Interested in marine applications from his days as an apprentice, Parsons also developed steam turbine engines for ships. He won British Navy contracts to power new destroyers after showing off the superior speed of his own turbine-powered yacht at a fleet review in Portsmouth, celebrating the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Victoria. The HMS Dreadnought battleship that went into service in 1906 was the fastest warship in the world of its time. Parsons became a champion of British industry in the following decades, receiving many awards, including a knighthood in 1911. His marriage to Catherine Bethel in 1883 was a union of like minds, and from their early days together, Catherine was closely involved in his projects. She was said to have exceptional organisational skills, and later was constantly hands-on around the family's businesses. The Parsons had two children, the engineer and activist Rachel Mary Parsons and George Parsons, who was killed in action in World War I. With Rachel, Catherine was one of the founding members of the Women's Engineering Society. The steam turbine developed by Parsons has been used in many applications on land and sea, powered by fossil fuels, biomass and nuclear energy. Now seen as a mature technology that unfortunately contributes to climate change due to its primary energy sources, there is nevertheless continuing potential for steam turbines fueled by sustainably produced hydrogen. They're also used in conjunction with gas turbines, such as in the natural gas electricity generating plant at Great Island in Wexford. Apart from the nuclear-powered warships and submarines, marine turbines have largely been superseded by diesel engines in ships. Although born in London and buried in Northumberland in England after his death in 1931 while sailing with Catherine in Jamaica, Charles Parsons' legacy is well recalled in Ireland. There is a museum in Birr Castle related to his career and inventions, and an annual Parsons Medal is presented every year by the Irish Academy of Engineering to an engineer who's made an exceptional contribution to the discipline. Parsons was also represented on a special Irish €15 silver-proof coin struck in 2017. Sir Charles Parsons, a person of interest in the world's ever-growing hunger for reliable energy. I'm Brian Byrne. This is Kilcullen Diary. Our podcasts are produced thanks in part to the support of our advertisers, such as Heart to Heart Cardiac Physiotherapy. Thanks for listening.